Humans, gather around, tails wagging or not, because Detective Rex is back on the case. Today's file: the weirdest laws in America that still exist. That's right, laws so bizarre you'll think I sniffed them out from a comedy sketch. But no, these are real. And as your friendly but firm canine officer, I'm here to guide you through them with a mix of authority and sarcasm. You might want to sit down for this one. Or better yet, don't, because in some states, sitting in the wrong place might just be illegal. Let's start with one of my favorites, in Alabama. It's illegal to drive blindfolded. Yes, you heard me. Somewhere, sometime, someone thought, hey, what if I just cover my eyes while driving? And the state had to actually write a law to stop them. This tells me two things. One, humans are far less sensible than dogs. And two, Alabama lawmakers had a long day when they came up with that one. Imagine the police report. Sir, you were swerving all over the highway. But officer, I couldn't see. Case closed. Next stop, Arizona. It's illegal for donkeys to sleep in bathtubs. I couldn't make that up if I tried. Apparently in the 1920s, a rancher's donkey loved snoozing in an old bathtub. One day, a flood carried donkey and tub miles downstream, creating a chaotic rescue mission. Lawmakers decided, never again, and boom, a law was born. So now every donkey in Arizona has to sleep. Well, literally anywhere else. Honestly, as a police dog, I have no idea how I'd even enforce that. Knock on the door. Excuse me, ma'am. Do you have a donkey in your bathtub? Ridiculous. Now let's trot over to California, the land of palm trees and movie stars. But did you know it's illegal to whistle for a lost canary before 7 a.m.? Yep. Apparently, early morning bird whistling was considered a public nuisance. So if your pet canary takes flight at 6:45, you better hope it has good GPS, because you can't legally whistle it back until after 7. Meanwhile, I howl at 5 a.m. every morning and no one stops me. Double standards, if you ask me. Oh, and let's not forget Georgia. It's illegal to tie a giraffe to a telephone pole or a street lamp, which raises two burning questions. One, who in Georgia has a giraffe? And two, why are they tying it to a pole like it's a bicycle? I've arrested some odd characters in my career, but I've yet to see suspicious giraffe loitering downtown. Still, better safe than sorry, I suppose. Now, humans, let's sniff out something even stranger. In Kentucky, it's illegal to carry ice cream in your back pocket. Yes, your back pocket. Apparently, horse thieves used to lure horses away by putting ice cream in their pockets and letting the animals follow. Instead of simply saying, hey, stop stealing horses, lawmakers thought, ban ice cream in pockets. Logical? No. Real? Absolutely. Honestly, if you sit on a scoop of ice cream, you've got bigger problems than the police. Speaking of food crimes, let's head to New York. It's illegal to wear slippers after 10 p.m. Why? Because lawmakers were concerned people might fall asleep in public places if they wore slippers too late at night. Look, if a person wants to nap on a park bench in bunny slippers, let them live their truth. As a dog, I nap anywhere I want, anytime I want, and no one passes legislation against it. And now for a personal favorite from Florida. And you knew Florida was going to show up on this list. It's illegal to sell your children there. Yes, Florida had to clarify that. No, you cannot list your kid on Craigslist for $50 and a lawnmower. The fact that this law even exists tells us somebody, somewhere, tried it. And probably more than once. Humans, I swear, sometimes I think you need more obedience. Training than puppies. Now let's pause for a moment and reflect. These aren't just quirky stories. They're real enforceable laws still on the books. And while most police officers aren't going to throw cuffs on you for Back pocket ice cream, the fact that these laws exist means someone, somewhere, thought they were necessary. And that, my friends, is the true comedy. All right, humans, leash up and follow me into the second half of our bizarre legal safari. You thought donkeys in bathtubs were odd? Hold on to your chew toys, because America gets weirder. In Minnesota, it's illegal to cross state lines with a duck on your head. I'll give you a moment to picture that. A duck on your head. Why was this happening so often it needed a law, and how were officers enforcing it? Sir, step out of the vehicle. Quack quietly and remove the bird. I've got 4 paws, and even I can't comprehend this one. Next up, South Carolina. You can't keep a horse in a bathtub. Yep, we're back to bathtubs again. What is it with Americans and putting large animals in places they don't belong? Donkeys? Horses? Maybe llamas next? Look, I enjoy a bubble bath as much as the next canine, but please, leave the livestock outside. Oh, and here's a gem from Oklahoma. It's illegal to make ugly faces at a dog. Finally, a law I can get behind. Respect the pups. But how do you define ugly face? Personally, every time a human tries to kiss me on the nose while puckering their lips, I consider that illegal. Honestly, maybe this should be a federal law. Meanwhile, in Vermont, women need written permission from their husbands to wear false teeth. Yes, you heard me. Dentures. Permission slip. Dear honey, may I please have molars today? If I had teeth like humans, I'd file a lawsuit myself. It's the 21st century. Surely we can let people chew without bureaucracy. Now let's bark about Maine. It's illegal to keep Christmas decorations up after January 14th. I love a good holiday as much as anyone, but apparently the law says, pack up the Santa lights, people, or else. Somewhere there's a Grinch who lobbied hard for this rule. Meanwhile, half the houses I patrol still have pumpkins rotting on the porch in March, but hey, priorities. Over in Alaska, it's illegal to wake a sleeping bear to take a photo. Seems obvious, right? Yet apparently someone thought, selfie with a grizzly? Great idea. No human. That's not Instagrammable, that's ambulance ride. Personally, I'd have written the law as, don't wake a bear for any reason, but what do I know? I'm just a cop dog. And speaking of animals, in Ohio it's illegal to get a fish drunk. Yes, a fish. Which makes me wonder, who looked at a goldfish and thought, this guy could use a beer? As a K-9 officer, I'd like to remind you, if you're having drinks with your fish, maybe it's time to reconsider your social circle. Now humans, here's where things get even more entertaining. Many of these weird laws are technically enforceable, but in practice they're rarely used. Police aren't patrolling with giraffe height measuring tapes or sniffing out back pocket ice cream. Still, these laws tell a bigger story. America's history is full of odd incidents that lawmakers decided to lock into writing. And once a law is on the books, it often just stays there. So what's the takeaway? Well, for one, you might want to double-check local ordinances before tying your giraffe to a lamppost. 2, laws can tell us just as much about history and culture as they do about crime. And 3, if you think the rules are weird now, just wait until you hear the next batch. Trust me, I've got a whole case file of you've got to be kidding me laws lined up. To close the file for today, remember humans, stay out of trouble. Don't blindfold yourself while driving. Don't tempt horses with pocket ice cream, and for the love of all that's furry, don't make ugly faces at dogs. You've been warned. Detective Rex signing off. Until next time, when we dig into even stranger corners of American law that'll leave you laughing, groaning, and maybe double-checking your bathtub for livestock. Case closed.